That's nothing. Again, like the video with Dora was like 3 hours.
Oh shit! And you managed to take it down to like 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like
That's insane.
you have no idea how much gets cut from like every single one of my videos. Like for instance, actually, you know, like the debate with Gast and Dora when I made the audio
Yeah.
preview, it was like very long. But and not only that, but also the Vagdes one, it was 2 hours long, and I had to cut out a few parts, which, you know, I didn't want to make it in the video anymore. You were talking about how you wanted to make sure that Alice was super light, and how it turned out to be lighter than other anti-cheats when someone was benchmarking.
Yeah, Johnson did a test, and he tested a few anti-cheats from Spigot and basically everywhere. And then I joined the call at the right time as he was doing the test, and he was like, "Yo, are you like scamming people? Is Alice actually that light?" I was like, "I don't know. What does the test say?" And he's like, "Oh, Alice rarely takes any CPU," and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's nice." So yeah, pretty much, me and Flycode, actually Flycode has helped me a shit ton in optimizing performance. For example, he found a fast math library and he used that on Sparky. And at first I was kind of skeptical because I thought that it was gonna ruin my math and everything for the aim checks. But then I gave it a try and it turns out it was very light, and not only that, but it didn't affect anything. It rarely affected anything. And you know, Alice was never the type of anti-cheat that I will be like, oh, 99.99% accuracy and shit like that. No, I'd never aimed for that. So like that 0.001 accuracy doesn't really affect me. And yeah, it turns out it really helped a lot. And I've always received good feedback about performance. Actually, back then when I was in Spigot, I had an issue with my old obfuscator where basically it will call methods over and over again repeatedly. And there's this one method where if you try to get the block type off the main thread in 1.9 and above, you're just gonna fuck up the CPU. And it kept calling it over and over again. And people send me timings reports, and I was like, why? Why is this happening? And then it turns out it was my obfuscator. And as soon as I changed my obfuscator, everything went very good. And I was like, oh shit.
How long did it take you to figure the other one out? Because like you wouldn't expect the obfuscator to make much of a change.
Yeah, exactly. It took way too long. Like I at some point I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make a test with obfuscation and without obfuscation. And then yeah, it turns out without obfuscation it rarely touched the server at all. And I was like, yeah, okay, I found the problem. Like with obfuscation, it you know, like I have command bots, so I can just bot attack my server and make the bots just move around to test the performance. And with obfuscation, it just killed the server. And I was like, no, what the fuck? There's no way I write this bad code. I mean, I know I'm not professional, but like, I know that something's wrong here. I know something must be, you know, affecting performance. And yeah, it turns out it was that. And I'm happy that I found it, actually.
Yeah, usually, I mean, there are like simple fixes like that. Because like, for instance, if you're iterating something and, you know, you're calling a method a lot,
Yeah.
that method must be light. Otherwise, you know, it by itself could just take the server to its knees, and that wouldn't be a good thing.
You know, the thing is, the anti-cheat will always be the heaviest plugin on the server, no matter what. Like, anti-cheats... Sure, you can make an anti-cheat where it's like super light, but in the end, it will always be like, if not the heaviest, like one of the heaviest plugins on the server. Because like obviously it's an anti-cheat, it has to check every player consistently, you know? There's no way you can make it like not touch anything on the server. Even if you make it async, async doesn't really help you. It just goes to the CPU. If I have a check that takes like 20,000 milliseconds to end, even if I make it async, it's not really going to do anything. It's just gonna fuck up the CPU, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like hiding a problem under the rug. Like in the end, even if you are redirecting every single check to another thread, it still must be, you know, light and optimized.
It's still going to take time. It might not be on the main thread, but yeah, it still has to be optimized. Otherwise, it's just gonna fuck up the CPU. And people can notice it. Like some people have no idea how to properly benchmark stuff on the server. For example, even though I had this obfuscator issue and it was basically killing the server for a while, some people were like, they were looking at the timings because, you know, everything now is like 90% of it is async. So like people were looking at the timings and they couldn't see anything and they were like, oh my god, Al is so light. And I was like, no, not really. It has an issue that I'm trying to fix. And they were like, but dude, look at the timings. It doesn't show anywhere. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Look at your CPU. And he's like, oh shit. You know?
I mean,
but
honestly,
yeah, then I fixed it. And
Honestly, like
Yeah.
asynchronous checks are great and all, especially if you're just having like another key server where it's just one server on the entire CPU. But if you're having a network, yeah, that
Yeah.
can definitely suck.
Yeah, it doesn't. As I said, if you do it async, there's a lot of things you have to take into account. You know, there's multi-threading and shit like that. You have to ensure that things doesn't mess other things with other threads, other guys. That's going to cause concurrency issues, which are the worst problems to solve. For example, in my old base, I claimed it was multi-threaded, and it was, but like I had a very bad base, so basically, let's say more than 100 players join the server. Eventually, it will start having concurrency issues, and like the server will fucking break itself. And that's why Alice has gone like 5 recodes. It's because I wanted to make sure that everything on the base is right. Because if you have a clean base, then you can do anything pretty much.
A lot of people actually stress how important like the base is for the code. How does Alice like know how to manage his threads when it comes to like a network? Because like, does it just
Basically,
interfere with other servers running on other threads occupying them?
no, not at all. Basically, it depends on how many cores your server has. For example, I create a thread for every player, but it's limited. For example, if you have like 4 cores and like 50 people are joining the server, it's going to create like 12 threads. And the checks are going to be shared around, like everything is going to run in between those threads. So like, for example, it's not going to have one thread for everything, you know? So if you have like 32 cores, it's just going to create a shit ton of threads and you won't notice anything. Everything's going to be running very fast, you know?
So
like
it,
if you have a
scales
good
infinitely,
hardware,
doesn't it?
yeah, exactly. It scales with the server, with the hardware that you have. That is the best way that I could think of doing it. Because like at first I had one thread and everything was running into that one thread. And eventually, like if the server had more than 100 players, yeah, it didn't go well. Everything would like, yeah. You can't imagine how bad it was. Let's just say that. Because
Well,
like I had issues where things started falsing and I didn't know why. Because like the check itself was fine. But the problem was it took like a very long time to run. And by then, like the data had changed. And yeah, you know. But then when I moved into this new system, eventually it was really good, and even Sparky implemented it, my thread system. Because like me and Flycode, we basically like help each other and we work together, kind of.
that's nice.
And yeah, he saw that system and he was like, can I? And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just take whatever you want, you know.
Damn. I mean, I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna give names, but let's just say there's some members in this community that if they were in your shoes, they would have like tried to sell it for like 1 billion loonies. Like, it's just...
What? No, just a simple thread system. It's nothing. It's not like some AI machine learning Elon Musk bullshit,
I know.
you know.
Elon Musk.
It's just, yeah, it's like 3 classes. That's it. It rarely took me like 15 minutes to make, and then I just sent it to everyone I knew because like just in case they might have found it helpful, I just sent it to them anyway. And some people used it, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." See, I think that a lot of anti-cheats will do so much more if they just cooperated with each other. For example, when I was by myself, you know, I would rather have someone to work with that has an anti-cheat and just help each other rather than see him as a competitor, you know. And we had the same issue with Frap. Like Frap will always see me as a competitor, but I was like, you know, we don't have to be that way. You can just help me and I help you and we help each other. Because as I said before, I don't have any competitors. Not because, not from the English. Not because like I don't like, I'm like, oh, I'm above everyone, you know, not like that. But like, as I said, I don't care if you're going to switch to the other anti-cheat rather than mine. If you want to use Sparky over Alice, I'm okay with that. Like, if Sparky fits your server more, then go ahead and use it. I'm not gonna force you to use my anti-cheat. This is what I provide, and if you like it, you use it. That's pretty much it.
I mean, I see with
Yeah?
Sparky, because like everyone is just saying Sparky left, Sparky right. I just...
Yeah, no, Sparky is nowhere near Alice. Like, actually, Alice is nowhere near Sparky. Sparky is made for like big servers, and Sparky is like the best anti-cheat for production, in my opinion. Like, I've tested it, I've worked along Flycode, I have source, I can see how it works and stuff. Sparky is just great for what it provides. It's worth the money. It's worth, yeah, every penny.
I mean, is your customer base not also made up of like big servers?
I mean, I have a few customers who have like I had a server that had like 100 players. It was a survival plot server. He had like a bunch of crates and stuff. And actually, I made a deal with some guy. He had like back then when I first released Alice, he had like a lot of players, and I was like, okay, listen, I'm gonna give you Alice for free, but you're gonna give me a rank on your server so I can just go anytime and like find any issues. And if I find any issues, you're gonna give me access to the console so I can just upload a new jar and reload and see, you know, basically to
Yeah.
just like spec it around and see and fix stuff on live. And that helped me a lot. I gave him Alice for free, and then he gave me access to the whole server.
That was a
And
pretty
then
good
thanks
deal.
to him, yeah, exactly. And thanks to him, Alice has improved a lot.
Did you have trouble like gaining his trust?
Actually, not really. The first time I texted him, he was pretty cool, and like you know my humor. You know how I'm like, you know, not racist, but I like doing racist jokes. I'm not racist. Everyone knows I'm not racist, but you know, I like racist jokes, and I'm sure many people do. They just don't want to say them. And me and the guy had the same kind of humor, and yeah, we went along very easily.
Oh, I see.
Thanks to that. Yeah.
Because like I don't know, a lot of people with big servers are very concerned. Like even if you're like a trustworthy member of the community, they would just be a bit more skeptical.
Yeah, I know. What I did, I just told him, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna send you a config that doesn't ban. I don't want permissions to do anything. I just want you to give me permissions to just spectate around. And eventually, as time goes on, he was just like, oh, you know, if you find any cheaters, I'm just gonna give you op and just ban them. You know.
Oh, I see.
That's how actually I improved my Baritone checks. Do you remember when I told you that there was a survival server that had a lot of Baritone users? It was that server.
Oh, it was that server.
Yeah, when I saw the Baritone alerts, I was like, "There's no way this is actually happening. Like, I must have done something wrong with the check." And then I just spectated them, and they were so blatant. They didn't even try to use the legit mode on Baritone. They were just like blatantly using Baritone, and I was like, "Oh shit."
I mean, yeah, survival servers nowadays are just full of Baritone. Like, I would blame a few YouTubers like Donny Bobes who just showcase them. Because, like, in the past, you know, Baritone I think existed since like 2017, 2018, something like that. And I saw it in Impact. I thought it was pretty cool. A friend showed it to me. And like 1.5 years later, FitMC makes a video about it. I decided to make my video about it, where I just chopped down trees on Skyblock. And for some reason, I'm still salty about it. That video is for some reason my most viewed video. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I know, because a few YouTubers have showed it. There was this video showcasing the history of hack clients. It has like 2 million views, and it showcased my video in it. And like there was another one, I don't really recall, by like some Skyblock YouTuber. And you know, I was a bit confused, I was a bit out of touch. There were people in the comments like, who's here from X YouTuber? And I'm like, wait, who's X YouTuber? And I googled them, and then I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I got you. So yeah, right now Alice is currently dead, and it will remain that way because, as I said previously, I'm going to the army. Basically, what happened is that everything was going right, and then the PayPal thing happened. I'm not sure if you're aware exactly what happened. Basically, I got banned from PayPal with no explanation, nothing, only an email saying that I got banned. And then I gave them a call, and I was like, hey, hello, I got banned. Is there any way I can find out the reason why I got banned? And they're like, no, we don't have any access to the main office and shit like that, and so we cannot possibly know what happened to you. I'm like, okay, can I make a new account then? And they're like, no, if you make a new account, we will find you. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, they didn't mean it in a way that they're gonna kill me. That they mean it in a way that if I make a new account and they see that I'm selling the same product again, basically they're gonna ban me. So I'm no longer able to make a new PayPal account and start over again. So eventually I moved to Stripe.
I think Gas also had that issue and posted it on the Spigot forum. I mean, unlike you, Gas is 16 and he isn't allowed to use PayPal, but you know.
I think he can get around with it by making his dad verify his PayPal account or something like that. I think that's how I did it when I was younger. And anyway, so when that PayPal thing happened, I give big credit to my friends Flycode, Phoenix, Tecnio, Brownie, and Colossus, GTX, Vian, and everyone. Because like these people, if these people weren't there, I will be not even close to where I was recently. For example, Flycode made me a full working loader and a database, and he made an authentication system, and basically he made me a loader and everything in like a week. Colossus made me a website. Vian and Tecnio and Phoenix helped me in other ways. And yeah, thanks to them, especially thanks to Flycode, I managed to revive, and I was using Stripe. And then people could buy Alice by using Stripe, and they basically made a ticket, and I sent them the the link and they bought it, and then I just gave them the role. The thing is, my sales went down dramatically after that. Because not only Alice wasn't advertised. Like I had people coming to me, they were like, "Hey, this person said that this Anticheat is good, so I want to buy it." And I'm like, "Okay, do you want to test?" And they're like, "No, I just want to buy it." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know? And yeah, basically my sales went down a lot. And not only that, but Stripe takes a huge fee. Like for example, if I sell something for 20 euros, Stripe took like 4 euros, I think. So yeah, everything went to shit. But I didn't give up. I still continued. And I had so many things planned for Alice. Like I knew my army paper was about to come, but I just didn't give a shit. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna continue to do what I'm doing. I like it, and I'm just gonna ignore it for now. But the thing is, when that paper came, I was like, oh shit, yeah, it's time. Everything is going to die now. You see, I had so many things planned for Alice. Like I don't know. I'm just sad that I have to go like that.
Do you really? Like, I mean, in the meantime, you could also rely on other developers to maintain it.
There's no point. Like, I want Alice to... It's not... Like, at the same time, I want Alice to remain mine. Because, like, the whole point of this whole project is that I wanted to make something that, got remembered over time. I didn't want to just, oh, here's yet another Anticheat, I wanted to make something good, something that people will notice and just be like, oh yeah, I remember Alice, And I think I managed to do that. I'm not sure, but I think I did a not bad job at this. I don't know. I mean, I could give rights to Flycode, the Sparky developer, and he said that he wants to continue it. He said that he wants to update it, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be the same as before. Obviously, he's gonna make it like much better. Like if he manages to make Alice as like Sparky level, I think it's gonna be like a whole new story. It's gonna be so much better. But like I don't know, it doesn't feel the same anymore. I feel like I want it to remain mine, and like since I'm gonna be gone now, I don't know. I feel like it's better to be dead rather than being like half alive or something like that,
I'm actually kind of wondering, have you ever considered open sourcing Alice if you're gonna leave?
Yes, I have. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm okay with the idea of open sourcing something. The thing is, you know how the Minecraft community, like the Anticheat community is. I don't want everything to be shared around and everyone using my stuff. I don't know. As I said, I want things to remain mine. Not in this, actually, a bit in the selfish way, but because like I worked so hard on it, and long ago you told me, we had a conversation, and you told me, all those Anticheat developers that try to defend themselves and they don't take criticism, it's because they work very hard on something, and then when someone trash talks it, they just by nature they get mad because they worked very hard on it, and I felt that. Because as I said, I had many opportunities to like earn more money or like do other things in life, but I just stick to it because I really liked it. And then I was getting tired. Eventually, I wasn't getting enough sleep, but I still continued because I liked what I was doing. And I felt that you were right. When you work on something too much, eventually you're just going to defend it no matter what. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just sad that I have to go. I wish there was a choice. Actually, I wish I had more time.
I'm gonna say one thing. One question. When you're gonna return, are you willing to join back the Anticheat community?
Yes. I mean, actually, the thing is, when I'm going to return, I'm going to need to get a stable job. And, I haven't finished college yet. I lost a few years in school. And basically, when I return, I will have to go to college and at the same time find a job. So I don't know how limited my time will be. But if I see that I have some window of opportunity and I have some time, I will definitely start working on it again. And that's why I want to like make it die for now. It's because there's a chance that I might get back to it in the future.
No, but I wasn't necessarily referring to Alice. I was just referring, in the community aspect. Like, are you willing to still like go back in the Anticheat community after you're back?
Oh yes, hell yeah. I don't want to get lost with the people I met in here. Like Flyco, Tecnio, Phoenix, all of them. I don't want to lose those guys, It wasn't like we weren't just hanging around just because of, we all had an Anticheat and, we actually became friends with these guys. Like even if we didn't have an Anticheat, we will still talk to each other regularly. And that's the best part about it, is that it makes me very sad that I'm not gonna be able to talk to them for a while.
I see. Well, I'm sure they miss you. I'm gonna, I'm gonna miss you too, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you too.
oh, thank you. But the thing is,
You know, you better continue your anti-cheat review videos, because I'm gonna be in the army and eventually I'm gonna have free time and Wi-Fi. I want to watch them videos, you know. I want you to continue doing what you do, because you're good at it.
you're gonna be intercepted by the Turkish army, and then they're gonna hear, "Welcome back, Oreo
Yeah.
Easy here, back again with another video."
Yeah. You know how Tecnio is Turkish, right? Tecnio is actually a good friend of mine. You know, the thing is, Tecnio is very... Many people trash talk Tecnio for some reason. But the thing is, Tecnio is being very honest to everyone. For example, when he first came into my server, when I first met Alice, he didn't like Alice because he was able to bypass it. And I knew that. He said, he was saying straight to my face, your anti-cheat is garbage. And I accepted that because I knew it was garbage. And then, like, over time, when I managed to fix a few issues, thanks to Flycode and Phoenix and Tecnio disabling my anti-cheat over and over again, eventually Alice got into a good state and I managed to, like, patch like 99% of the exploits. And then Tecnio was like, okay, your anti-cheat is decent now. Good job. I feel like Tecnio is being way too honest and people don't expect that from him. The thing is, Tecnio is very smart. Like, he's 13, I think. And when I was at his age, I didn't even know how to open up my computer and go to Google, you know. If I was just as smart as Tecnio was, I will be, like, much smarter now. Because, like, Tecnio is very fucking smart, even though he's very young. He managed to make a full prediction anti-cheat at the age of 13. That's not something that anyone can do, you know. Even I never managed to do it. Yeah, I think people should respect Tecnio more and just, you know, try to talk to him more, because he just his personality. He's being way too honest to everyone, and people don't like that because they don't accept criticism. I think people should just accept Tecnio as he is, because just that's the way he is, you know. He's like this nerdy squeaker type of person that at the same time is very fun to hang around with. And he's going to help you. Like, for example, if he found any issues he found, he just reported them to me immediately. Even though he was like, for example, if he found a speed bypass, he will be like, yo Nick, your anti-cheat is garbage, look at what I found. But even though he did it that way, he will help me fix it, you know. He was a good person. I just knew that he was that way. I knew he will, like, send me a message and try to be toxic for fun, you know.
Yeah, a lot of times it's a joke.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, some people know when someone is actually taking and enjoying the joke. Some people don't, and, you know, they keep on doing it even though the other person is kind of disturbed. The thing is, you know,
Yeah.
Tecnio is actually a pretty good person. Not only is he smart, but, you know, he doesn't have ill intents. But, you know, sometimes he can have a really, like, his mouth could really be saying some mean stuff sometimes. But
Yeah, I know. That's his personality. Like, if he feels something, he's going to say it loud to your face. He's not gonna hide it. If he doesn't like you, he's going to say it straight to your face, you know? That's the type of person I like, and that's the type of person, I think Dora is that type of person. Those are the type of persons that I like, because, like, they're honest, they don't hide anything, they actually have a personality, you know? Like, if I don't like you, for example, if I was Tecnio, I will be like, yeah, go fuck yourself, you know? And I like that, you know, I really like that in a person, when they're honest.
I mean, about Dora, yeah, it's pretty a nice person, but, you know, sometimes I feel like he isn't really acting his age. I think he's kind of stooping down to some people in the community where the age discrepancy between him and them could be quite the difference, and, you know, he should probably not be as judgmental towards them, you know. And the same thing with Tecnio, like, a lot of people are being judgmental towards him, but they don't realize the age discrepancy between them. And, you know, it's like I'm 17, and, you know, Tecnio got a bit upset when I call him a smartass indirectly in my podcast with Vagdays.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I kind of feel bad. You know, I didn't actually know that smartass is that mean of a word and that touchy towards him. I'm not gonna blame it on him misinterpreting me, because, yeah, I've definitely been mean. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really be like, oh, you know, you're getting too upset about it, because, hey, I'm 17. I should have been better than that, you know.
I mean, Dora, you know, when Dora claimed he had an Artemis disabler, eventually, you know, I was always neutral to that story, to that whole Dora against Gas situation. I always respected Gas because, as I told you before, he has been attacked more than anyone in this community, and he still managed to make a very good product. When Gast patched the disabler, I was actually in the voice chat. So basically, there was a server that I'm not gonna name that used Artemis, and Dora found out, and he joined the voice chat, and he also joined the server, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna try this disabler, and I'm gonna make a video on it." And the disabler didn't work. And then Dora was like, "Okay, Gast, did you patch the disabler?" And Gast was like, "Yes, I did." And then Dora was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna make the video. Well done, you did it." That's the type of person I like, because he doesn't continue. He had a plan, and Gus turned it all the way. He turned the tables, and it didn't work out for Dora, and then Dora just gave up. That's the type of person I like. He wasn't childish. He didn't continue doing it.
I mean,
he
what
just
could he
respected
do
Gus
about
for
it?
patching the disabler.
I mean, what could he really
exactly.
do about it? Like could he just scream at Gast, "Please unpatch my
Yeah.
disabler"?
No, not like that. But he could like dig around and find other exploits, but he just gave up. He never thought that Gus will be able to patch it. But Gus did, and then he just gave up. He was like, "Okay, good job. You're doing well." I like that. I like that about Dora. She's honest.
I mean, Dora has like bigger concerns nowadays. He, maybe in the past with like the lockdown and everything, he had more time to focus on Artemis, but nowadays he really doesn't, and he's got his priorities straight. Like he's a well thought out man, so he wouldn't decide to like ditch something important so he could find another disabler for Artemis. That would be stupid.
Yeah, exactly. He's busy with life, I think. I don't think he's anymore in the community. I think he left for good.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Like sometimes, like before I managed to get a job and actually work, I like sometimes I was in the voice chat with Flaco, and eventually he will join and he will be like, "Hey, what's up?" But nowadays I don't see him anywhere. I really don't. I don't know. I think he left for good. I hope he did. I hope he didn't, but I think he did.
I'm just gonna say he didn't. I think you'll find out.
That's good. I'm happy.
Like,
many people don't like Dora, but like I don't know. I think he played an important part in this community.
He kind of changed actually. He kind of changed.
Yeah,
and
he changed
for the better. Like
yeah, exactly.
The thing is, he said to me that his impression of his opinion of Gast changed a lot for the better. Because now with the details now with the details that you told me about this whole disabler being patched, because he didn't really give me too many details about it. Now a lot of things line up. I'm just like, oh,
yeah, exactly. I was there in the voice chat when that happened. That was very funny. I could hear the smile on his face when he tried to use the disabler. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck him up now." But then I could also hear Gast smiling in the background because he already patched it. And then when it didn't work, Dora was just like, he died inside,
Nah, I don't really think he takes Minecraft that seriously.
Yeah, I know.
I always felt like, with the debates he took it too seriously, but then I realized that, during debates you gotta have another personality, because like for instance, look at the way I mean, you can't look at the way I talk, you can hear the way I talk, but it's like different from how I would talk in my review videos, is because not only because I don't have a script in front of me, but it's because I'm not trying to debate, nor trying to get a point across. It's just that I want to talk, it's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
Like during a debate you're just a completely different person.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. It's like a part of you is talking for you.
Yeah, like your goal is really to communicate information, is trying to pursue someone on your side.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Tecnio, Phoenix, and Flaco. I'm just repeating those names because like I feel like people should see those people and actually respect them more, because they're actually, I feel like I unlocked a part of them and actually made them, like when I made them my friends. I feel like many people don't like them, actually, especially Tecnio and Phoenix, because Phoenix does those anti-cheat review videos and everyone thinks he's toxic, but he's really not. Like he's really fucking fun to hang around with. And as I said, if you're a developer and he finds a bypass, if you talk to him properly, he is going to help you. But if you're being toxic towards him, he's really not going to help you. For example, over time, when Flyco, Phoenix, and Tecnio managed to actually help me fix a shit ton of bypasses, eventually Lucky wanted to test Alice, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna get disabled now, I'm fucked. Because I tested Meow, I really liked it, and I told him my opinion on it, and eventually me and Lucky we didn't become friends, even though I'd like to become friends with Lucky. He just like, we were like, he helped me and he taught me how to do a few things, and I implemented them into Alice, and then Alice became much better. And then I told him, oh, thank you, that really helped. And then a year later, he wanted to test Alice, and I was like, oh shit, okay, now I'm gonna get disabled. And then he joined my server, and he didn't really find any bypasses, and I was very happy, because I was shaking during that time. I was like eating in front of my computer. I was like, okay, now he's gonna do it. Now he's gonna just start flying around. But yeah, I was very happy.
You're describing it like an anime scene, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, no, I'm gonna use my secret move. But yeah, with appropriate feedback, you can kind of progress a lot. Like if I didn't have Flycode, especially Flycode, I will be nowhere right now. And actually, I think the same applies for many people. Like if you're alone and you're working on something, even if you're good at it, eventually you're going to need feedback from people. Because like you can't do anything, you're not a machine, all right? You can't possibly know every single scenario. And for example, Flycode is a very experienced client developer, and Phoenix is a very experienced cheater. So them two are they're a very good team at making bypasses, And yeah.
The thing
is, that's pretty much it.
You kind of threw me off when you told me about like people hating Phoenix and Tecnio. Like I actually don't know people that really dislike them that much.
No, not really, not like hate, but a lot of developers in particular are very, aggressive towards them because they make those bypassing videos, or when Tecno finds a bypass, he's just like, oh look, your Anticheat is garbage and stuff like that. I feel like that's their way to express their, I don't know, their like accomplishment. But yeah, I feel like developers should actually start, accepting. Like if I report a bypass to a developer, I don't think he should see it as an insult. I think he should actually, see it as a contribution and actually learn from it and actually, fix it. Because like, for example, when Phoenix, there were times where like I will join my server and Flycode was like, oh, I found like 10 bypasses. And I will be like, oh shit, here we go again, But yeah, I never got mad when someone reported bypasses. In fact, I will beg for Flycode. I will always beg for Phoenix and Flycode to join my server and actually try to find a bypass. I was like, please try to make a speed bypass. Because that helps, that can really help if you have people consistently trying to bypass your new updates and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything more to add?
Not really. I talked about the whole situation with PayPal and Alice. Unfortunately, Alice is pretty dead right now, and it will remain that way for now. It might come back in the future, but who knows? I don't know how life is going to be in a year from now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wish that everyone manages to actually change the Anticheat community for the better. Because like, as I said, the Anticheat community could be so much more than what it is right now. Right now, it's just a dick measuring competition, and it could be so much more if someone actually tries to help each other instead of trying to show off how good the reach check is,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Honestly,
that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. I'm really saddened to hear this ending for Alice. Well, potentially the ending. But yeah, I hope in 1 year, by the time you come back to the community, it's gonna become a lot more mainstream, a lot more friendly, a lot more willing to share. Because
exactly. That's exactly what I hope too.
We haven't had any sort of like community anti-cheat project since No Cheat Plus, and
no, we didn't. We never did actually.
Honestly,
maybe No Cheat Plus, but that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. I really hope some developer, if some developer is willing to like step out and post their anti-cheat publicly, that could actually be like something wonderful in the end.
No, the thing is, you don't have to open source your project in order to like contribute to the community. You don't have to do that. You just have to like, let's say I have an issue, okay? I'd rather like ask in a community Discord. The thing is, people don't ask in community discourse because they think like, oh, if he asks that, he has no idea how to do it, and they just they're like, oh, he has no idea how to make a recheck. Why is he asking in a public Discord how to make a recheck? That's bullshit. When I had an issue, I'd always go around the public and ask people. I don't care if that person says, oh, he has no idea how to do it. No, I just need help. I want you to, I'm asking for help. Is it so bad to ask for help? I don't care if people say that I don't have any idea how to do it. I just need help as a person. Is it that bad? I feel like people should not open source in order to do that. They should just be more open to the whole community and actually talk to each other. Like me and Frap, we actually helped each other a lot. And even though at some point when Phoenix's video came out, he was very mad at me for some reason, even though I never really found out why. I think the reason being is that he saw me as a competitor and I didn't. Anyway, but it's like the example me and Flycode. Flycode has the best anti-cheat in the community. And even though like there were times where I found like a way, for example, to make like the whole anti-cheat run faster, I will share it to Flycode because Flycode is a friend of mine. And if he found a way to make his anti-cheat run faster, he's going to share it to me. And that way we help each other, you know? We're not really competitors. We're just, you know, helping each other for the better. That's it pretty much. You don't have to be so strict to yourself and you don't have to like have such a big ego. Like, oh, my anti-cheat is the best of the best, you know? Yeah, that's a bad thing. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for me. I don't think I have anything else to say. What about you? Do you have any questions?
No, honestly, this was a very good talk.
A
lot of people leave the community not in the best terms with it, but yeah, I wish you the best. I really wish you the best.
Thank you, and I really wish you the best as well. I want to ask you, how long do you think this video is going to take to edit and actually, you know, publicly release? Because I'm going to the army in a few days, and I really want to see it before I go, you know.
I'm gonna try my best then. I'm gonna try my best.
Thank you very much. I mean, of course, don't give up your homework and shit like that just for a stupid video. You know?
Don't worry about it. You know. The thing is like I need to send you an audio preview because like that's what I do all the time before.
Why?
So you can actually like approve it and say, you know, oh, it's good. Everything is good. You didn't miss out anything. You didn't chop up a part that I wanted to be included.
Yeah, well, that sounds good to me.
Well, I guess that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye.